Robin, check these hoes.
I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know.
What up, what up?
Tell me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, teacher. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
Boy, we was almost in trouble. But we back. Everybody hit the like button, hit the share button, and like.
So we can see the light. See the
Why do you attract avoidant partners? Watch this video to find out. Hi, I'm Katya Morozova. I'm a personal and relationship coach for people who are ready to heal their relationship and attachment wounds, who are ready to feel secure in their skin and finally have healthy, secure relationships. I'm also the founder of KatyaMorozova.me. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button to watch more videos that support you to becoming secure from within and really having and attracting the relationships that you most desire. Also, please go ahead and hit that like button. It will support me in growing my channel, and of course, it will support me in also making better content for you. So it's a win-win. So go ahead and hit that button. So there you are. You start a relationship and things seem to be going really well, and boom, all of a sudden you realize that this person is not available and is avoidant in the relationship. And once again, you're wondering how the heck you got here and how you ended up with another person who just isn't available for you and cannot meet your needs. It is incredibly frustrating, especially if this pattern has been happening for months or for years. So in this video, I really want to support you to understand why you keep attracting avoidant partners, and let's talk about what you can start to do about it. One of the reasons that you attract avoidant partners is because something about those partners feel very familiar to you. While the familiarity may feel uncomfortable and being with an avoidant person feels less than ideal, there's something about it that does feel familiar. If you're an anxious, preoccupied partner, then as a child, you had to do a lot of work to get your needs met. You had to, in a sense, cling or act out or do a lot of things for a parental figure. So when you grow up, there's some part of you that feels like it's normal to continuously be moving towards a partner in order to get your needs met. Some adult part of you thinks that it's not quite right, or there's something missing, and you know that this pattern may be dysfunctional or less than sustainable, but there's another unconscious part of you that's running the show that feels and thinks that this is somehow okay. Something about this person signals to you that you just need to show enough love and adoration for them, and if they could only receive that love, then they would give that love back to you. Another reason you attract...
Okay, spirit download time. You've heard me talk about relationship as a mirror. We're going to peel that back even further. You heard what she said about being attracted to an avoidant attachment style, right? Typically, the avoidant attachment style is a bit emotionally unavailable. The disorganized version of it is available and unavailable from nanosecond to nanosecond. Come here, get away. Come here, get away. Whereas the dismissive avoidant might be more, I am just fine in my own little world, my cocoon, right? I'm an up-level relationship as a mirror. Anxious, preoccupied, subconsciously chases the emotionally unavailable. Why is that? Some would say that that is the invert of who they are. They want closeness. They want approval. They want validation. They want to be shown that they are accepted and loved. I'm gonna tell you something. Do you know why the anxious preoccupied chases the avoidance type or style? Do you know why? I'm gonna give it up right now before I even give you the topic of tonight's show. Do you know why this happens? You know how we say you get who you are? I'm gonna take it up a notch. You also get what you don't want. What? So, yes, you get what you don't want. You get what you repress. Did you know that the anxious preoccupied doesn't want a clingy person? They've been programmed since childhood to chase. There is a payoff in the chase. If I can convert this person, if I can get this person to see it my way, if I could actually fix a relationship, do you see? Do you see? You also get what you avoid in self. You repress who you really are. You don't really like you. So you're manifesting that too, right? That's being magnetized into your presence as well, right? See, the avoidant and the anxious preoccupied are really two sides of the same coin. Do you see? They get somebody who is like them. And then they start to shift and turn avoidant. Oh my God, that's just hugging and loving and kissing and always there. Because that's not really what you want, because you haven't been programmed or conditioned for that. Whatever your attachment style creates a conditional compulsion towards the attachment wound. So this leads me to my topic tonight. When the right person feels wrong. A deeper look at how our wounds distort our intuition. Here are some synonyms or euphemisms for the term right person. Ideal match. Hey, you're anxious preoccupied. Guess what? You want somebody to love on you and show you care and appreciate you and value you and nurture you. But then you start to shift avoidant all of a sudden. Because deep down inside, you haven't reconciled the core wound that comes with the AP, anxious, preoccupied. Oh, ideal match, perfect fit, suitable partner, compatible companion, best match, appropriate individual, ideal candidate, perfect counterpart, trusted confidant, the chosen one. You start ignoring your gut feeling. You start ignoring your intuition. Because your intuition might be saying, this is the one you might need. This is a securely attached person. Or someone who has the same attachment style as you, anxious, preoccupied. They're going to lean in and you're going to lean in and you guys are going to meet in the middle. It's not that you're going to be without your problems, but you guys are going to lean in and meet in the middle and you're going to work through everything. That's not what you've been conditioned for since you picked up your attachment style in early childhood. Now, typically, anxious preoccupieds and the avoidant types are attracted to each other. Oh, here we go. What do? Yeah. We're supposed to come together so we can reconcile each other's attachment wounds. Not so we can defend the wounds. Not so we can protect the wounds. We're actually supposed to open those wounds up. Yeah, I know it's traumatic. Yeah, I know it gives you the ick. Yeah, I know it makes you anxious. But that is the purpose of why you attracted the type of person that you attracted. But you've been conditioned to stand guard for your attachment wounds. Intuition, the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. A thing that one knows or considers likely from instinctive feelings rather than conscious reasoning. Intuition. We've all heard the saying, trust your gut. But for complex, that's PTSD, CPTSD, and childhood PTSD survivors, this may actually prove daunting. How could something so natural bring about so much anxiety? This is due primarily to conditioning and adverse relational experiences that have shaped our understanding of what trust is and how it functions in our relationships, both inter and intrapersonally. Not being in connection with your gut feeling, i.e. intuition, causes great distress, confusion, and can lead you to make relationships choices that you would not have otherwise. So when it comes to choosing a partner, if you lack trust in your intuition, i.e. self, higher self, some would say intuition is ori, some would say intuition is the superego, some would say intuition is the God self, the higher self that's higher than the fearful little child that lives inside of you, right? If you're not connected to that, how can you be sure of the choices you're making? Can you really trust your gut if it's rooted in trauma? See, the right person is the person to irritate you. You've never looked at it that way. The right person is the person that's going to irritate your wounds. Your wounds must be irritated in order to come to the conscious of your mind. They come to the conscious of your mind through relational conflict so that you can take responsibility for their existence. If they're suppressed and repressed into the subconscious to where they never come. A relationship's supposed to be good and easy, smooth sailing. That's how I know I'm in a healthy relationship. Clinician after clinician after clinician. There are some clinicians who believe in quality conflict. conflict that leads to a deeper understanding, conflict that leads to personal growth, conflict that can actually raise the couple's conscious level up, can deepen the bond. We were taught happily ever after. We were taught relationships ain't hard. We were taught they're not supposed to be hard. We were taught love is honey and candy and cotton candy and good time. No, it's not. I'm here to tell you the right person is the right trigger. I know. We often hear the phrase, trust your gut. But should people who have gone through complex PTSD and or CPTSD and childhood PTSD follow their gut if it's always in flight or fight mode? Here are some thought-provoking questions to consider. Is it possible to trust others if you can't trust yourself? What are some indicators that you lack self-trust? How might one show up in a relationship when they have developed their gut instincts? What are some risks associated with building relationships while lacking a healthy intuition? True or false, the goal of narcissism is to utilize betrayal, abuse, coercion, and control to separate you from your inner authority and become that authority. What are the spiritual implications associated with disconnecting from your intuition? Can spiritual attacks be a consequence for reigniting your connection with your intuition? I want to know. I got so many questions tonight. We're going to get way deep. You already know what it is. Non-judgmental conversation. Everybody is welcome. Everybody's opinion matters. Call me right now. 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, more from the VOR. What up? Y'all gonna call? I need y'all to call in. This is a deep one. Call in, Kiki. You get the best out of me when you talk to me. Call in. You get the best out of me when you talk to me. Hey, during the breaks, I need you guys. I'm in an Uber. I'm going to call. Please do. Please call 1-800-920-1580. Moderators, put that in. And don't forget to support the channel. We don't ask for a lot. Every show, please show up and support, guys. Every show. We only ask for the minimum, $3, $2. You can send it directly to my Cash App if you like. My Cash App is $ZoWhatNetter, or you could send it to the Super Chat. And let me just say this. You guys got to show up to my Relationship Roundtable. We've made the Relationship Roundtable available online. So if you guys click, it's only $35 to sign up. If you guys sign up, you'll be able to see the video of us doing the Relationship Roundtable on the 25th. Right? The prey that got away. Support, support, support. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share it, share it, share it. Tell people Zoe Williams is on and he finna cook. Yes. The prey that got away, you'll be able to see it. All you got to do is click the link and pay for it. You're going to have a pay-per-view link sent to you. And I'm not saying all the time. Enigmatic, what up? Sula Rubin, what up? Thank you so much for just always supporting. I would love to talk to you. Enigmatic, call in. I would love to talk to you. Attila, you already know you gots to call in. Pretty Brown Mimi, get on the phone. Let's talk about it. Jack Brazen, I'm calling you out. Call me right now. I ain't heard from Truemonger in a long time. Kiki Long, what's taking you so long? Get on the phone. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Get on the phone right now. And there's more people in here. Nzinga. Welcome back, Nzinga. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? We missed you dearly. So glad to have you back.
Break it down for people. Let's help people out. We started talking about three very important words: connection, which we defined; chemistry, which we've defined; and compatibility, which we've defined. How do people know the difference between connection and chemistry when they meet someone? Because I find that the science shows that you're experiencing dopamine and cortisol at the same time. So you're experiencing the reward chemical and stress chemical at the same time, which gives you that chemistry feeling, which is the feeling of butterflies in your stomach, or like, do they like me? Are they into me? What should I wear? That kind of feeling. But then you're talking about a deeper connection. How do you hear the difference? Because I think a lot of us just get swept up in the feeling of, oh, I'm so into that person, they're so into me. How do you know?
So I think one is, are you even being yourself, or can you be yourself with this individual? If you're presenting your representative, then this is not a real connection. This is them falling for that person that you're presenting, but that's not real. So to me, you should be already being yourself, but with that person you have a connection with, it's a more natural flow. We don't have to force it. We just feel so much more comfortable around them. I think in addition to that is, when you find yourself all caught up in the moment and caught up in that chemistry, again, you have to ask yourself, what am I really...
People are, they can't help but be caught up in a dopamine rush. It's like a drug. We live our lives every day to get a dopamine rush, to get that release from our brain. Something has to bring us some level of dopamine, whether it's a cigar, a candy bar, or a smile from our partner. So it's hard to criticize people. This is what I'm trying to say. Relationships are probably going to be more cortisol than dopamine. Just understand that. Relationship is a mirror, and everything you hide from yourself is reflected through that mirror. Okay? That's how it's designed. I'm not saying we're supposed to be with terrible people. What I'm saying is some of the best people in our lives expose us to us, and it doesn't always feel good. As a matter of fact, most of the time it feels bad. It feels horribly bad. But the reason why it feels so bad is because you've worked so hard to suppress the real you. Do you understand? The right person will trigger you. The right person is the sand in the clam that is irritating the clam to the point where it has to secrete some kind of fluid that coats the sand and turns it into a pearl. You don't get a pearl without irritation. And the best relationships are predicated on our ability to tolerate the sand within each other. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, because you believe what Disney told you. Disney is a liar. Disney ain't no different than the devil. You say the devil is a lie, so is Disney. Because happily ever after was the biggest relationship lie anybody ever told. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, but it's the truth. How do unhealed childhood wounds influence the ideal match archetype we subconsciously seek? I done told you about the secret to the anxious preoccupied. The anxious preoccupied is conditioned to go after emotionally unavailable people. So when emotionally available people show up, the anxious preoccupied is kind of like, meh, okay, you cool, yeah, but I'm looking for what's running away. This is why they're running after the emotionally unavailable. Leave them folk alone. They're chasing after who doesn't want them. And they're acting like, for the person who does. I'm guilty of it. I've done it. When I come forward, I'm going to the phone lines. You want to talk about it? Let's get it. The right one don't always feel right. When we come forward, more from the VOR. I think Zoe made this topic for me to call. Hey, hustle. Get like me. See, what y'all don't know is Attila is like Roger Mayweather. I'm Mayweather. I'm in there punching. Attila is on the pads, like. And I be pushing Attila. I be like, no, it's not that. It's this. No, it's not, Unc. Unc, I'm going to tell you, because you might be missing this. And then you might. I'll be like, okay, let me let her beat me up a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Attila, that ain't it. I'm going in this direction. Unc, what I'm going to need you to do is, and then I want you to do this. And then, hold on, Attila, wait a minute. Are you saying you're going to have to broaden that out a little bit? It's too specific. But Unc, no, because and Unc out I ain't gonna say but that's really what it is. Okay, but that AP topic finna be fire. Yeah, everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. If you're enjoying tonight's content, come on, say hello. It's a lot of people that are just lurking, that are in the background, just lurking. Say what's up to your brother. I'm up in here putting it down. I'm so fucking sick of people who don't want to hear the truth. They all they want to hear is their wounds purring like a cat. like a little newborn kitten with a full belly of milk. That's all people want to hear is their wounds. Like, oh, my wound is so safe and secure. Listen, a safe wound is an unhealed wound. Somebody meme it. Somebody put that on. A safe, unhealed wound. Hear what I'm saying? A safe wound is an unhealed wound. You got to put that wound in harm's way. How do you do that? Through observation. Oh, I know you're there. And you don't get to make decisions here. You got to talk to your wounds like that. No, yes, I feel anxious, but so fucking what? You know what? I'm going to lean into anxiety. Let me feel it. Let me feel the prickly hair standing up. Let me lean into it. It's okay. I'm not getting what I want. I'm not getting what I perceive I need. Fuck it. Lean in. What does that feel like? How long is it going to last? If a Category 5 hurricane ain't gonna last nothing but a day, how long you think that pain will last if you start leaning in? Reason why it lasts, because you're running in the opposite direction. Every maladaptive attachment style can be healed. Every insecure attachment style can be healed by doing the opposite of what you've done to protect it. Anxious, preoccupied, I should text him. I should call him. Fuck that. Go to bed. Dismissive, avoidant. Fearful, avoidant. Disorganized. I'm going to run away. I'm going to run away. I'm going to swing, avoidant. No. Have that conversation. And be self-observing, right? Observing self, right? Observe it. Feel the ick. Feel it. Sit with it. Do not judge it. Sit with it. How long will it last? How long will it persist? I don't give a damn. Sit with it. You want to transcend it, you got to sit with it. That's the reason why the shit been with you your whole life, because you refuse to sit with it. Sit with it. The ick ain't your friend. Anxiety is not your friend. Or the reverse of it, them running back to you and saying, oh, let's work it out. That shit ain't your friend. That pacifies your wound. So many people want their wounds pacified. Fuck your wounds. And fuck mine too. We gotta stop getting punked by the Debo wounds. What you got on my 40, nigga? I ain't got nothing, Debo. I ain't got nothing. Now watch me get hella professional. No cursing on the radio. The radio is clean. YouTube, I can talk reckless. Radio is clean.
Trusting your intuition is a skill that can be learned. This is an amazing skill. This is something that I had to recognize was sort of like defective because I grew up believing that I was unworthy. My parents, in more ways than
Wait,
one,
pause. We got to start that from the top. And the reason why I say that, because sometimes these clinicians and they be speaking so fast, these psychologists, did you hear which? My intuition was defective. This is what it means. To the wound is your umwelt or gestalt, right? For animals, right? For humans, it's called the gestalt. This is how we view the world. That is a human gestalt, right? We see things through the gestalt. For animals, it's called the umwelt. A snake, especially a viper, sees the world through an umwelt, and its umwelt uses heat, so they don't see the way we see. They see heat signatures, right? Humans use the gestalt, right? This is the way we see the world. Now, intuition is a spiritual process that deals with some type of presage. Presage means to know without words. There's just an inner knowing, right? There's this presage of, something is off. So instinctual, but spiritual. Something that gives you an understanding without necessarily putting it into words, right? An ineffable knowing, this presage. That's intuition. If you suffer from PTSD, if you have an insecure attachment style, you are looking through the gestalt, through the lens of unhealed wounds. So your intuition can be tainted, can be thrown off, i.e., the anxious preoccupied looking for an emotionally unavailable partner. Why? Do you think your spirit is guiding this? Your spirit is saying you need to break the chokehold that your insecure attachment style has on you. And the only way to do that is to attract, listen to what I'm saying now, what I want. See, the anxious preoccupied will come out his mouth and say, I want somebody to love on me. But his spirit is saying you need somebody to neglect you, to reject you. So you can watch and see this attachment wound come to the surface. This is how you heal it. As long as you're getting everything you need, it stays submerged. Let it play.
So trusting your intuition is a skill that can be learned. This is an amazing skill. This is something that I had to recognize was sort of like defective because I grew up believing that I was unworthy. My parents, in more ways than one, had my siblings and I believe that we were less than everyone. How did they do that? They told us that our emotions were invalid. So you have nothing to cry about.
Dismissive,
avoidant.
avoidant.
Feel that way. If
Dismissive,
you want to cry,
avoidant.
I'll give you something to cry about. If you want to cry, go upstairs and cry. Get away from the table if you're going to cry. Who said you should be happy? Who said people are happy? Why do you think you should be happy? Be happy with what I serve you. You should kiss my feet because we gave you this. Look how you live. Everything was guilt. You weren't allowed to experience any negative emotions, and yet negative emotions are an experience. And every human being is going to experience negative emotions.
Man, oh man, of Shavitz. We on fire tonight. Can the best match trigger fear of abandonment, rooted in unresolved attachment trauma, causing you to push them away prematurely? How does stonewalling as a defense mechanism in relationship create emotional distance, making the right person feel emotionally inaccessible? Oh, man. Can cherophobia, lead one to misinterpret the joy and stability of a perfect counterpart as a source of impending disappointment or betrayal. Who got better questions? In what ways does the avoidance of emotional intimacy due to unhealed wounds cause you to self-sabotage relationships with emotionally available partners? Huh? Could the emotional wounds that shape a self-victimization mindset distort the ability to recognize emotional manipulation, thus perpetuating unhealthy relationship patterns? I want to know, in what ways can trauma therapy and spiritual practices, such as those taught by Iyanla Van Zant, aid in restoring intuitive trust and recognizing healthy relationships? See, sometimes we are set up to go after what we don't want because we need that to grow into the person who deserves what we do want. Ain't that the same thing? Listen, hold on. Isn't that the same thing? When when the ladies get on and talk about their ex and how terrible he was, and they had to go through all this mess, but they learned from it, and then it made them a better woman, and it prepared them for the man that was to come. Ain't that the same? But if I said, oh no, he wrong, who is he to be talking? Is that the same? You had to go through me to get to him. And yet I'm a mess. 1-800-920-1580. Somebody get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready. 1-800-920-1580. The idea of the right person in relationship is often romanticized. We expect to find an ideal match, someone who complements us perfectly, feels like home, and fits seamlessly into our lives. However, for individuals with unhealed psychological wounds, especially stemming from childhood trauma, the very concept of intuition becomes unreliable. The gut feeling that one is advised to trust may no longer serve as a guide to compatibility, but rather a misinterpreted signal tainted by unresolved trauma. We about to get into it. When we come forward, I'm going to the phone lines. Get down with me. Damn, Zoe. You getting Mariana's trench deep tonight. I'm just tired. I swear to God, I'm tired of motherfuckers, man. Motherfuckers who wasn't put here on this planet to do what I'm supposed to. I'm doing this. I was put here to do this. You got to talk down to motherfuckers. I don't like talking down. I don't want to talk down. Motherfuckers talk down to me as if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And a lot of times I don't. But understand this. God gave me something and he gave you something. And the shit he gave me is different than what he gave you. So motherfuckers will try to step in my lane and do what God told me to do. And I don't want to do it. I'm sorry. I really don't want to do it. I wake up every fucking day like, oh my God, I got to do this shit some more. I'm the bad guy. I got to do this shit some more. God gave me a gift. I don't understand what it is. When I sit down and put these topics together, when I sit down and construct these books were born out of personal failure. These books were born out of fucking heartbreak. These books were born out of abject hurt and pain. The fuck? I put it out there. Hey, that sounded clever. I'll use it. That sounded, wow, I've never looked at it that way. I'll borrow it. Okay, it proliferates. Get out there. But damn, people hard-headed than a motherfucker. Well, yeah, that seemed cool. Yeah, I know God put this in me. I know that. 100%. I've been told this shit since I was a little fucking kid. Since I was a kid. God put this in me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm ranting. Forgive me. I just care about my people. And I want us to learn. I want us to grow. I want us to expand. I want us to heal, man. I want us to heal. I want us all to heal. I want us all to heal. I want us all to grow. I want us all to love. You understand what I'm saying? I want us all to love at the deepest level, at the highest level, at the pinnacle of consciousness, at the God level. It's not impossible. None of that.
Are we Adam and Eve, or are we atoms and matter? Fact of the matter, that doesn't matter. Imagine I've had some moments that puzzle my puppet master. A different page, another chapter. A clouded vision ain't came a natural disaster. Are these tears from heaven, a god with a bad bladder? Blacker the great, greater the wrath of the apes. Paid by the glass for a taste of it after it gets an after. Valleys and peaks I navigate with my speech. Alleys and streets I gravitate to the free. Gathering peace, they gather to gab about me. I put a gap in my teeth and grab a bounty.
Everyone tells you to trust your instincts, to follow your heart. But if you were abused and neglected as a kid, that is the worst advice ever, and I'll tell you why. Trauma actually damages your instincts, and if you've got PTSD from childhood, believing that you can just trust your gut and do the thing that feels right can be the fastest way to keep making the same major life mistakes over and over again. Jumping into relationships, storming out on important conversations, allowing yourself to hurt other people while you wait for some inner voice to come and tell you to stop. Today I'm going to read you 3 letters from people who find themselves in difficult and unhappy situations and who have followed their gut feeling and are now in need of a better way to evaluate their actions. All right? So first I have a letter from someone I'll call Kathleen.
Pause. Before she gets into the letter, and I don't even know if we need to read the letter because what she just said was enough. But just hold it for 1 second. Unhealed childhood wounds. Breaks your picker. It causes your picker to malfunction. You're picking comfort, not growth. That's what she said. You're picking safety because you've never been safe. This is why your attachment style is labeled as insecure. It's not secure, so you're picking security. Security creates a type of hyperbaric chamber around the wound. Safety. Protect me. They're coming to get me. for the entire span of your life. Do you see? Or it's, I'll do it myself. Don't help me. I'm never going to ask for help because that's what you learned. I can only trust me because if I couldn't trust my primary caregiver, how can I trust anybody else? It's only me. I got it. Hey, show me you love me. Show me you care. Do you understand? You keep attracting the right person. Don't you know the person that made you feel bad is the right person? The person that triggered you is the right person? Start that clip from the beginning so we can get it again.
Everyone tells you to trust your instincts, to follow your heart. But if you were abused and neglected as a kid, that is the worst advice ever, and I'll tell you why. Trauma actually damages your instincts, and if you've got PTSD from childhood, believing that you can just trust your gut and do the thing that feels right can be the fastest way to keep making the same major life mistakes over and over again. Jumping into relationships, storming out on important conversations, allowing yourself to hurt other people while you wait for some inner voice to come and tell you to stop. Today I'm going to read you 3 letters from people who find themselves in difficult and unhappy situations and who have followed their gut feeling and are now in need of a better way to evaluate their actions. All right? So first I have a letter from someone I'll call Kathleen. She says, Dear Anna, I listen to your videos almost daily and they've helped me so much already. For example, I avoided many panic attacks at work because of you, and I'm allowing myself to stand in my strength more than ever. Thank you so much for your important work. I'm also doing therapy, EMDR and classic talking therapy. Both start to finally show results after years. Boundaries and emotions get to be more than abstract words to me finally. I could always understand what they were logically, but now I really do know and understand. I feel as alive as I have never felt before. I could cry of thankfulness every day. But still, there's one thing that I can't leave behind, and I feel that if I won't let go when it's time, I might hurt myself more with keeping it in my life than by letting it go. All right, so this is all background, and I included it. I didn't edit it out because I felt like it was important to kind of know Kathleen's thinking about this. She goes on to say, for almost 3 years now, I'm having an affair with a married man. We've known each other for 10 years and have always been friends, and for most of the years, we've also been work colleagues. It started as an emotional affair, and we fought the physical attraction for a very long time. We went on and off because I broke up with him several times. I loved him, and it broke my heart too much. He wouldn't change anything about his situation. He reached out again, and although I knew the rush would be followed by a terrible hangover, I let myself snap back to him. I have very patient friends who don't judge me for letting myself go back to him again and again. I always tell them that something is missing to finally make the breakup a sustainable and final choice. I don't trust myself to stay away from him. And so I'm thinking that the pain of staying in the situation is preferable to the terrible pain of breaking up and going back.
Hey, listen, I don't mind tooting my own horn. We have guests sometimes. I don't need celebrities. I don't need people to come in here. I'm going to hit you with this unique perspective that you can't get anywhere but KBLA Talk 1580. The voice of reason is going to drag you kicking and screaming to your healing. That's what this show is about. I don't mind. You heard what she said. You heard the letter. The lady is dragging herself into these dark places, not understanding why. It's all for her healing. It's all for her up-leveling. But she's doing it in the inverse. What do I mean by that? She thinks if she gets what she wants, she will be happy, not knowing that, listen, that dopamine rush is only going to last for a little while before the cortisol starts to catch up. The cortisol is the tortoise in the race. The dopamine is the rabbit. Do you understand? The tortoise won the race. And for most people who are unhealed, Trust me. It's all good in the beginning. Is it possible that the perfect counterpart feels wrong because they challenge long-standing cognitive distortions such as catastrophizing or all or nothing thinking? How does the interplay between avoidant personality tendencies and unhealed trauma impact the likelihood of perceiving a best match as a threat to your emotional autonomy? See, what you fail to realize is you're going to choose the lesson. God has set it up that way. It's divinely tuned. You're going to get what you need to learn despite your desire to avoid it, despite your desire to dodge it. You may get the next relationship. It may take a little while longer for it to unravel. Oh, but it's coming. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Listen, when we come forward, I promise I'm going to the phone lines. I just wanted to set it up. When we come forward, we going to Miami, Florida. Let's get it. My people! Hey, now I just asked, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? And not only understanding from an intellectual level, but does it resonate in your spirit? Like, do you feel what I'm saying in your gut? Like, damn, my intuition is contaminated. My intuition is compromised. Fuck. Because I'm unhealed. And because I'm unhealed, what makes the most sense to me is safety. But safety is like suspended animation for wounds. Wounds don't get to grow unless they are observed from a non-judgmental space. This is what therapy is. You get to look at the wound. You get to go, oh, ow. Yes, it's okay. Sit with it. It's all right. That's what trust, loyalty, safe. And I'm not saying these things aren't necessary for relationships. What I'm saying is you're dealing with human beings that are work in progress that will fuck up everything. And this is why people have they have very low levels of resilience to be able to go through something and heal from it. For most people, especially this generation, if you go through something, that's it. The fuck? I'm out. Damn, we had 2 kids together. I'm out. Damn, we creating a broken family. I fucked your homie. Your dead homie. What? Huh? Is that real?
Your relationship is in trouble. I'm the dude to call.
Am I on one tonight?
Become your cellmate. Does black love?
I had total package energy. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm on one.
Financial infidelity.
Am I on one? Y'all tell me. Y'all want me to take it down a notch?
Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the child wasn't his, and you still had to pay child support?
It's a very heated topic.
How is that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like, is this something wrong with that?
Still not the dust? What does that mean?
Betrayal has been committed.
TPE, turn up.
How does he maintain his composite?
Why
can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man moves on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
So Williams. Reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
when God blesses you, it's not just for you, it's for other people too. And I need you to remember that and let that sit in your spirit, because this topic we're discussing today may make some of you feel some kind of way. It may turn you off. And you may be looking at the title and saying, this sounds absolutely ridiculous. But no, this is real. This happens. And I'm going to explain to you why God would allow you to meet the right man when it's not the wrong time. Now, I did a previous video discussing the issue of right guy, wrong time, and breaking down some of the dynamics of it, right? And you can go check that out when you have a chance. But I mentioned in there that there's a purpose behind it from a spiritual perspective. And I promised I would do this video. So now, let me say this before I continue. Take a deep breath. Listen with an open mind. Listen with an open spirit. And pray about all the things you're about to hear. Don't just react to it. Don't let it trigger you. Don't let it frustrate you, because some of it may sound very frustrating. But let God guide you through how to receive this, all right? So, again, I've talked about the fact that, yes, you can meet the right person at the wrong time, because the reality is that as human beings, we have flaws, we have issues that need to be addressed, and sometimes we cross paths at a time that it's not time for us to move forward in a romantic relationship. Now, many people will say, well, why would God even allow you to cross paths with this person if nothing's supposed to come about it and awaken this love in me? Well, understand this. Just because we cross paths doesn't mean get in a relationship. Doesn't mean get romantic. It doesn't mean move forward under your own understanding. There's a deeper purpose, and one deeper purpose for it is to show you that the blessing even exists.
Nah, get out of here. No disrespect. And I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong, but no. You can only attract what you are, good and bad. No, you can only attract what you are, good and bad. As above, so below, as above. Okay? First and foremost, when you come into contact with a bodhisattva, they say a bodhisattva in the Buddhist tradition is a human being that is in tune with the divine state. They are vibrating at such a level that their vibration shifts yours. Oftentimes, when you meet the right person at the wrong time, it's not really the wrong time. One thing about meeting the right person at the wrong time, the bell was still rung. The resonance of that person still has an effect on you. And you have to remember that free will is still in place. You could be like, I'm not ready. You could be like, my fears are stronger than my desire for this person. Are we not describing a fearful avoidant, a disorganized detacher? In order for a fearful avoidant to move forward, or a dismissive avoidant to move forward, their fears have to be at a lower level than their desires. And most people say right person, wrong time for a myriad of factors. I don't have the money. I'm not emotionally prepared. That's dealing with attachment styles. That's dealing with childhood traumas. But you are meeting this person because this person, listen to what I'm about to tell you, could either be the one that you learn to grow with as a cornerstone and go through every hurtful situation and still find a way to stay bonded, or this is a person that comes into your life that triggers you to learn something about yourself that will cause you to up level. Either way, right person, right time. Huh? Either way, right person, right time. There is no wrong time. God's movements are economical. If you got scientists talking about a finely tuned universe all the way down to the subatomic level, and up back into the macro part of the universe. How is it that your relationships are not divinely fine-tuned? It's a win either way. The only reason why it's not a win for most people is because you're looking to get something instead of looking to see something in yourself when they come into your life. If you always keep an eye on you, I'm looking to see something in me when somebody shows up. It's always a win. I'm sorry. I'm a little turned up tonight. The voice of reason here at KBLA Talk 1580. We try to push you beyond the norm. Tonight's topic: when the right person feels wrong. A deeper look at how your wounds distort your intuition. This person is going to love me. This person is going to nurture me. This person is going to care for me. But I've been conditioned to go after the opposite of that. Why? So the subconscious, the unconscious, can come to the surface so you can claim it as your own. When you claim it as your own, when you claim it as a part of yourself, you get what Carl Jung talked about when he said the integration of the persona, the shadow, and the conscious self, the mask, has to be integrated. That's what these chance meetings are about. Oh, I wasn't ready. No, fear told you you weren't ready. And your fears were stronger than your desires to be better. Let's get these callers in here. Here we go. Chakra Q, College Station, Texas. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Peace, powerful message, man. You've been on one all day, all week. So I'm going to jump in here, and I know you got callers, but I'm going to just give my testimony, right? So it only works if you be honest and vulnerable. And
all right.
So I went, when I was in college, you know, I dealt with a female, looked good on paper, and we both were, I think, for myself, let me own mine. For myself, I felt like I had actually come in contact with Claire Huxtable, the young Claire Huxtable. Like, look, I mean, just everything amazing. Her father, mother, loving household. Just everything was good. And so for the next 7 years, on and off, I put up, you know, I was afraid to show her who my dark side. Like, I'm originally from North New Jersey, and that I you know, my parents was kind of a dysfunctional family, and I didn't want her to show that, you know, I had to show my imperfections and really truly reveal myself. And so when we actually tried to make it work, it got all the way up until the point where I couldn't hold up that facade. And when I heard you for the first time and started talking and kind of just talking about, you know, revealing and relationships being a mirror, she couldn't, it was like it was too much. And that blew my mind because she had always been a person that was a shining star. And she said she realized that it was, she felt like she couldn't accept not being in control. And up until that point, she had always been in control. And that was the first time she had never been in control of her feelings and her actions.
Mm-hmm.
And so it pushed us, it elevated us to, I don't even know if it's elevation. We separated. We stopped talking. She cold turkeyed me. That was it. And so I had to do a lot of work. Of course, I was upset. A lot of other traumas came into my life that I had to kind of persevere through, losses in the family, death, etc. But during that time period, I got to thank you in the Most High. I was able to lean onto your teachings and the books that you prescribed and really just deal with my own stuff. And now I've come out the cave a stronger person on the other side. But it's all been, like you said, the change in trajectory of how I look at and perceive life and my experiences. The blessing is the lesson, you know what I mean? And just the loss of her and me feeling like that was too much. Then when my brother died, me feeling like that was too much. And then when my father was taken from me, feeling like that was too much. But yet here I stand, empowered, and recently finding my purpose and embracing it. And obviously, you're always going to be going through these things, but realizing that it's not a transaction of, oh, I read this book, now I'm good. Oh, I've gone through this experience, now I'm good. Like the childhood wounds can turn into scars, but those scars can be reopened. So you are constantly, sometimes pampering them, sometimes superficially protecting them, but you gotta live in your purpose. You gotta live life with not being fear driven. So that's just my testimony.
Let me just push back just a little bit. Let me just say, first and foremost, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm not responsible for the work you've done. You're responsible for the work you've done. If listening to me sparks something, all it is a spark. You're the flame, brother. You're the flame. And you need to understand that no one can do this internal work but you. And if you heard it here first, that's fine. I appreciate it. But by no means should you give me the credit for the work you've done internally. I'm proud of you for being able to extrapolate some kind of meaning out of this show. But the real thanks is owed to you, because you extrapolated something out of here and you put it to work. You applied it. That's more important than just hearing a guy on the radio talking about it. That might be the start of it, a little spark. But that flame, that's you, brother. And I thank you and I appreciate you for applying what you heard. You underdig?
I understand.
Hey, man, Chakra Q, College Station, Texas. You brought your building in here. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. We got time. Hustle. Miami, Florida. Get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my brother?
Well, bro, how you doing?
Man, I'm alive and well, good brother. Just trying to keep cooking. You already see it.
Yeah, man. So somebody actually said it in the chat. Her name was Serenity.
Yes.
Basically, she mentioned that she's using a current relationship. You got to get rid of this situationship work, but every friendships or relationships, work relationships, it's all relationships. When you start looking at it like that, you might take it a little more serious.
Mm-hmm.
But the point she was making is she's using it as a progress, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a tool in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And the question I have for you is, what are your thoughts on that? Meaning, if you meet somebody and you ain't quite there yet, they are,
Mm-hmm.
but you're going through that process of the unhealthy feeling healthy and the healthy not feeling good. Is that manipulation?
Here's the thing. It becomes manipulation if you're trying to extract some type of safety, some type of security, some type of resource out of the person. If you are using a relationship to understand yourself better, that should be prerequisite for all relationships. Again, most of us have relationships inverted. I need you to comport yourself to the demands of my wounds, of my unhealed wounds, of what my issue is. If you can do that and you can kind of tiptoe around the borders, right? Cool. You get what I'm saying? Cool. We can work. If you respect you get what I'm saying? The reality of it is you're supposed to go into the relationship observative, like observing yourself, like I'm looking at me to see how I react, to see how I show up, to see what triggers me, to see if I will be reactive versus responsive, right? And many times we're just on autopilot, the insecure attachment style, on autopilot. Oh, I got the ick, let me pull away. This is how I'm conditioned. No. If you're watching yourself and you understand yourself, you have a certain level of self-knowledge, what then starts to happen is, I will sit with the ick. I will sit with this anxiety. I will not judge this anxiety. I will embrace it. I understand where it's coming from. I know how I got this way. This person is not really responsible for that, but they are reflecting this work back to me. Let me get to work on me. That's what you're supposed to be doing in intimate relationship. Now, the invert of that is, I don't want to have this conversation. Let's not talk. Okay. I heard enough. This is overwhelming. I don't want to talk anymore.
Well, can we move it a little forward? Because remember, you're talking to me.
Right.
Right.
That's it's on you, brother. Come on.
So let's say we further along in that process, though, because when you're dealing with a huge person, 'cause a lot of people don't really see people in progress. So when you run into somebody and they're going to be more into you than maybe you're into them, because remember, it still doesn't feel as in alignment as it should be. However, they're receiving your progress, so they're looking at you like you're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that guilt? You know what I'm saying? Like that survivor's guilt, I guess, is what you could call it. Relationship survivor's guilt.
But again, it goes back, bro. It goes back. If you have any level of guilt in you, that is the reflection of an unhealed wound. Period. It goes back to you. If you have a survivor's, damn, I'm dope. Wow. No, you got to go back in and go, that needs to be healed. Right? Because listen, healing is on a spectrum, hustle. You cannot attract somebody on a higher healing path than you or on a lower healing path than you. You attract what you are and where you are in your current state of development. That's what you're attracting. Now, it may manifest differently within the people, right? May manifest totally different. But you can't recognize something that's higher than you because you haven't been there. You can't recognize something that's lower than you. And I'm talking about on a consciousness level. Do you see what I'm saying? Something that's lower than you is like, what? Where they do that at? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, where you are is who you attract. That's what you get. And that's why I say, if you start looking at the attachment styles, you start to see what the attachment wounds are. And in seeing the attachment wounds, you start to see who's attaching to you and for what purpose. Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. Hustle from Miami is on fire tonight. Hey, Deanna hit us with a $5 on the super chat. I'm not even going to look at the damn. We only got one super chat for this show tonight. I'm not even going to look at the Cash App. I really hope that you guys would learn to do your best, even at the smallest level. And a lot of people have done a lot. There are a lot of recurring people in here that, in my opinion, they put the bulk of it on their shoulders. But there are people in here that are lurkers that we don't see, that we don't hear from. There are people in here that haven't made themselves feel like family yet. Come in, say hello, hit the like button, hit the share button, super chat, Cash App. Let us know that this information, this content is valuable to you, right? Let us know. I've always said since the beginning of this thing, this is a non-judgmental conversation, right? We want people to participate. We want people to engage in the conversation. It's a dialogue. It's not a monologue, right? That's why I want to make sure that the young brother understood that, hey man, I'm not responsible for anything you've done, you know, in terms of your journey. All right, here we go. All right. Please do your best to support. If you got it, thank you. If you've already supported, nothing but love. Not talking to the people that have already supported. Thank you. Suge Mac 510. This is a dope topic, Big Brother Zoe. Thank you. Hey, what do you guys think of the playlist tonight? John Gilbreth is always here. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm trying to find Deanna, her super chat, so I can hit the like button. There is no like button for her. Damn. Love, Deanna. Much love. Thank you, John Gilbreth.
What people don't realize is they don't know that their gut feeling is what I like to call their trauma gut. It's not their authentic gut feeling. There's a massive difference between the two, and I wrote about it in my book, Your Journey to Success. Everyone on this planet, nearly everyone, is almost always
a trauma gut. Started from the top. A trauma gut.
What people don't realize is they don't know that their gut feeling is what I like to call their trauma gut. It's not their authentic gut feeling. There's a massive difference between the two, and I wrote about it in my book, Your Journey to Success. Everyone on this planet, nearly everyone, is almost always following their trauma gut, not their true gut feeling. And they don't know it. They're caught in what I call the worst day cycle. Now I'm going to explain to you a little bit of how this works. Obviously, it's a much bigger process than this short little video. But basically, what's happening is this. Our brain formed in three pieces, all right? It evolved. We didn't come like this. Our brain as a species has evolved. First, there was the first part of the brain to form was the instinctual part. The second was the emotional. The third was cognition, our ability to talk and think. All right? Now, I want you to think about childhood. How does childhood start? When we're born, are we able to talk, think, and make sense of the world? Of course not. We're basically just an instinctual animal. Our mouth moves for food, right? We extricate ourselves. Like, we're just pure instinct. How do we try and communicate? With our emotion, right? We scream, we cry, we communicate, we're hungry, we're tired. That's how we navigate the world. What comes last? After a couple of years and developing 4 years, the ability to talk and think. So what people don't realize is we become the first 3 years of our life, really the first 7, but our primary personality and who we will develop into as an adult, and the gut feeling that we will use, gets created in the first 3 years of life.
Wow.
Now, have you ever met a parent who is a god, meaning they're perfect? I haven't met one.
No.
What that means is every single one of us had caretakers that
Attachment.
were perfectly imperfect.
Right.
And they made mistakes. There were times they were tired and couldn't take care of us. Times they didn't have the money to feed us. They divorced, they fought. There were all of these imperfections. Now, because as an infant we had no boundaries, we were just instinct and emotion, all of their emotional energy comes right into us.
Mic and video's off.
Do you see how our gut feeling is being created? It's being created by the emotional makeup of our parents. Well, have we ever as a society taught how to handle our emotions? Up until recently, like you even mentioned the word emotion, oh my God, no, that makes you weak. There's something wrong with you if you're into emotion at all. We are how would I want to characterize this? It's my belief that the next frontier as a species has nothing to do with technology, it's in emotional development, because for the first time we're actually starting to talk about it, investigate it, and even research emotions. So the next wave, as I say, the most emotionally advanced person on this planet probably operates at a kindergarten, first grade level of what we're capable of emotionally, because we've never taught it. We've never investigated or really know exactly, we just learned about codependence the last, 50 years. A lot of these dynamics, parenting dynamics, all these things didn't even really get started until the last 100 years is when we really started to look at, human development at a deeper level, at a real level. 100 years, that's it. And mostly the last 50. And so most people aren't even aware of a lot of the terms I talk about. Well, imagine 100 years from now when they are the common language, how much more developed. We might get to 3rd, 4th, 5th grade emotionally. Think of how much better the world would run, politically, socially, if we were more emotionally mature, because what's happening?
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe.
Hey, what's going on in the chat? What's happening in the chat? Let's lock in. Got too much good information. Truemonger, one of the OG members in here, Kenny. Let's keep it peace. Let's keep it peace. Let's keep it peace. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the share button. Hey, if you can, we got 5 minutes on this break. Can we get a $2 run on the Cash App? Just $2. For those who haven't done it, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the information, please just drop $2 on the Cash App. Moderators assemble. Put the Cash App in the chat. And just, hey, if you drop $2 on the Cash App, just say, thank you, brother. Thank you for the topic. Or give whatever feeling you have about the topic. Yo, dope topic. Fire show. Thank you so much. Or, hey, let them go. I don't like third eye. Knock it off. We not doing that, man. That's not what this place is for. $2 cash mob. Please support. Nzinga. Thank you. Keep the support flowing. Hit the Cash App. I got you Wednesday on payday. No worries, Suge Mac 510. You one of the most consistent folks in here. Yeah, man, but disrespect is not welcome. It's not welcome. This is a chat where we build. We don't destroy. If we're using the 5% doctrine, we're here building. We not destroying. You dig? We building. We're architects, spiritual architects. We're building something powerful here. And I'm asking my brothers, respect me enough to not do it. All right? Respect me enough to not do it. That's why I always say, man, if this information has helped you in any way, shape, or form, respect the platform. Respect the platform. There are many ways to respect the platform. Not arguing in the chat, not being disrespectful in the chat, hitting the like button, hitting the share button, hitting the super chat, just letting people know, like, yo, we in here for positive reasons to up level our experience in intimate relationship. We not here to go at each other. We got enough of that out in the world. The world is a mess, so we don't need it here. We don't. Blessing to all the kings and queens in the chat. That's what I'm talking about, LS. Let's be at peace. And I'm not talking about quiet. Let's be at peace. Let's be respectful. There we go. That's what I need. Is it me, or did this show absolutely zip through here? Is it me? Hey, man, I would love... There go the round table right there. The round table is something I'm doing on the 25th of October. We got it set up to where all the online folk could buy their tickets, right? Buy their tickets and watch it online. We need a real push of the people who support Zoe Williams to sign up. And we made it uber cheap this time, like really, really inexpensive. It's not expensive at all. It's less than a crawfish boil. This show hit buttons, apparently. Yeah, sometimes they do. But that's okay. But you guys put the link in there for the relationship roundtable. It's a mixer. We're going to have people coming in. Of course, I always bring clinicians. I always bring comedians or whatnot. We're going to have some people in there. I got this huge LED screen. It's going to be fire. So sign up. As a matter of fact, moderators, spam the chat with the Pray That Got Away Relationship Roundtable, October 25th. Everybody should sign up. It's not expensive at all. LS, thank you, King Zoe, for the topic. I always would wonder why attracted what I felt I didn't reflect. Boom. Yes, Pray That Got Away. Absolutely. 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 All right, we got less than a minute. We're on our way back. There we go. Live in 30. PREY. The thumbnail is the flyer. You could go to the QRC code on the thumbnail and get the picture or get the ticket.
once said, "Intuition is perception via unconsciousness." Your gut feelings or intuitions are entirely unique to you and can say a lot about who you are as an individual. Swiss psychologist Carl Jung delved extensively into the workings of the unconscious, offering insights that can help us better understand our intuitions and ourselves. Jung's most famous theory is the individuation process. Individuation is the art of learning how to recognize your inner and most unique attributes, desires, goals, strengths, and weaknesses. The most vital practice within this process is the exploration of the unconscious. A part of the unconsciousness is what Jung called the shadow. This contains all the aspects of yourself that you try to push down and deny. The attributes that you try to pretend you don't have, even to the point of convincing yourself.
Pause.
Example.
What he's describing is an inverted picker. Because you're suppressing, you are setting your picker up to pick the lesson. I don't understand if you know how significant that is. Because you're suppressing yourself, you are setting yourself up to pick the lesson. Let it finish.
The shadow. This contains all the aspects of yourself that you try to push down and deny. The attributes that you try to pretend you don't have, even to the point of convincing yourself. Examples of such traits are explosive anger, jealousy, envy, greed, pride, laziness, vanity, and more. But suppressing or ignoring these traits doesn't make them go away. Rather, they grow and fester in the shadows. This is the cause of sudden outbursts, emotional blow-ups, snapping at others, unwanted thoughts, unfairly blaming others, and more. In other words, they could be the source of your less desirable intuitions or gut feelings. Another highly influential source of intuition.
Ooh. The voice of reason is on fire. Let me get my brother Hustle from Miami back in here for his final thought. Hustle, I wanted you to hear a couple of those pieces before I got your final wrap up, your final summation. What are your thoughts, brother?
All right, bro. So real quick, and Zinga said it right, it was imposter syndrome, not survivor's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was speaking to.
Got you.
Also, I looked at Serenity's comments, and I think I have a different understanding of what she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I'm seeing my situation is more so I need to enjoy the stage while I'm on it.
How about it?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The next stage might be bigger. The next stage might be smaller. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just need to enjoy the light while it's on me. You understand?
How about it, man? Enjoy the moment, the now, as Eckhart Tolle extols us to do, right? Right? The now. And sometimes we go, man, this is good, or this could be good, and we kind of forecast beyond the moment of where we are, and we kind of get lost in that forecasting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Hey, man, let me just tell you this, man. I ain't got nothing but love for you, brother. I'm glad you found the show. I'm glad you back on deck with us. Man, you already know, man. We go all the way back to, 2014 or something like that. You've been calling in to the voice. It's been a minute, brother, and I just appreciate you following me to every platform I've ever been on, man. You're a good dude. Thank you.
Of course, bro. All the time, man. Hey, much respect, you know what I'm saying? And love to everybody in the chat, man. You know what I mean? They're all family.
Absolutely. Dade County in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We got Attila from Houston, Texas. Attila, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Get in here.
Uncle Joe, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just in here wilding. You know how I do.
Facts. So I love this topic, and I want to expand it a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's come to me, I think, in doing healing is that I have had a poor intuition with everything, not just relationships, but jobs, different situations which, all revolve around relationships nonetheless. And it's interesting because we focus so much on romantic relationships, but I think we forget that, again, what you're doing in one spot of your life, you're probably doing in multiple spots. I believe Reggie said that.
Holographic, yeah, holographic relationship, yeah.
And it really stuck with me. Like, if I could describe what this has been like, I guess, like, in my perspective, I would say that having a wounded intuition is similar to, like, wearing goggles but thinking that they're like prescription glasses, right? Like, some stuff be like, no, but like some things be like really magnified to me if it's something that I've experienced in the past and it's hitting a wound, so it's obvious I need to deal with that, right? But then some stuff, I see them as they are, and maybe I do have the correct perspective on them. But I say all that to say that through all of that, your vision is not being corrected. And you're thinking that you're walking around with 20/20 vision, right? So that's why I love our conversations, because you tend to bring things from different perspectives and ways where I'm like, you know what, you think about it like that. And I think, again, when your wound is coloring your vision, you are going to see that it's 20/20. It's not. And I'm really starting to realize how much my wounds have gotten in the way of, like I said, not just relationships, but life in general. You are living the life that has been prescribed by your wounds.
Man,
the apartment you live in, the job that you're at, all of that is included in it. So if you realize that this is an issue that, okay, wait, I don't trust myself. I'm looking to everybody else for opinions and validation and whatever the case. Or I'm not taking any introspection and whichever your case is, like, that means that multiple areas in your life are needing to be restructured.
Wow.
So that's all I got to say.
I love it. My niece is in the building. We appreciate it. Attila from Houston, Texas, always cooking with the rarest grease. Let me just say it again. The wrong person has always been the right lesson. I know you don't want to hear it that way, but God don't waste nothing. You remember that old saying we used to hear back in the day when we was kids? God don't make no mistakes. Same in relationships. The wrong person is always the right lesson. And if you're getting the right lesson, you're being blessed. When we come forward, Zoe Williams is going to continue to cook. Let's get it. Waste not, want not. Hey, Hustle, thank you, man. Thank you for the conversation and the super chat. Should I go check the Cash App to see if anybody did the $2 roll call? I'm going to check. John Gilbreth, Nikki from the SIP, thank you guys for your Cash App or your super chat here on the YouTube channel. I'm appreciative. I can tell you where we are on the YouTube here. We're at $55.50. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm going to go to the Cash App and see what we did, okay? Derek, Deanna, George, and LS. We got 4 Cash Apps. So thankful, so grateful, so appreciative. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. George, Deanna, LS. Hold on, it was somebody else. And Derek. Derek, Deanna, Georgia, and LS. Derek, Deanna, Georgia, and LS. I said it was Derek and Deanna, Georgia, and LS. Honestly, guys, where do you guys put this show? It's a unique take on it. Where do you guys put it? Don't do soul food. Don't do that. Don't do soul food. Come and get some soul food. Well, I don't have to know. All right. Great show. All the way up. Thank you, Tapped In. My people's in the building. Love the show. Great topic. Thank you. I think I'm going to bring Sister Shalonda back on because I love adding her clinical lens. I love it. I'm still looking to DJ the show. All right, send me a playlist.
Is there an inner voice telling you what feels right or wrong? Do you ever just know what to do, but not always know how you know? That's your gut feeling, also called a sixth sense. Whatever you call it, there is a power in human instinct. These feelings are sudden, overwhelming, and unexplainable, appearing during times of great need. They're usually pretty reliable, as they're a manifestation of the subconscious, helping us perceive ourselves and our environment at a much deeper level. Many still feel it's too risky to rely on their true instincts. The result is that the instinct is ignored, flawed logic is applied, and they lead themselves to current or future unhappiness, dissatisfaction, and confusion. With that said, here are 7 gut feelings you should not ignore. 1. I'm in danger of something. Your gut instincts reflect what your subconscious mind already knows. Does the situation you're in right now feel unsafe? Does your gut tell you not to go through with something? Do you inexplicably feel like you should stay away from a particular person? Listen carefully to that feeling. Your instincts can usually sense when you're in danger, and it can help you avoid many potentially dangerous situations. Keep yourself safe. Don't ignore it. 2. Others are in danger of something. Empathy plays a big part in this one. Your instincts are not self-centered. They can sense when others are likely facing danger as well. Even if someone seems safe, happy, and normal on the surface, that normalcy may simply be a mask they're hiding behind. Think about the times you may have...
Man, I love this show. Whew. We're challenging some norms. All I'm saying is, when it comes to your picker, the right person may feel like a problem because they irritate your internal homework, i.e. curriculum. They bring something up in you that you may have spent an exorbitant amount of time suppressing. I use anxious preoccupied, the attachment style known as AP, anxious preoccupied. And we're doing a whole topic on that on Wednesday. But I use that to point something out. The anxious preoccupied is attracted to the unavailable person. Although they want love, they want validation, they want to be, they're people pleasing, they want that. But when they get that, it's not what they've been conditioned to chase. The reverse is true of the avoidant types. They want love, they want it. But when they get it, it's too much. Move away. Too much. Oh my God, the ick. Right? Take it deeper. The person who's been conditioned to be a victim, self-victimization, victimhood mindset. The person who is conditioned to blame shift looks for people they can do that with. Do you understand this? People been asking, oh, what does relationship as a mirror mean? You're starting to see it. Unhealed emotional wounds are notorious for giving rise to self-victimization and blame shifting in relationships. These psychological defense mechanisms prevent individuals from taking accountability for their healing and distort their perception of others' intentions. According to Rosenberg's work on self-love deficient disorder, individuals who carry unresolved trauma often attract narcissistic or manipulative partners who exacerbate their self-victimization mentality. Narcissistic partners may gaslight or stonewall, further distorting the survivor's ability to trust their own intuition. But in a lot of ways, the SLD, the self-love deficient, i.e., right, codependent, is attracted to a narcissist. They're attracted to what the narcissist does. They're attracted to they're addicted to their responses to the narcissist. Oh my goodness. Y'all want to learn? This is relationship as a mirror. This is you get who you are. You get where you are. You get what you are. You get everybody saying the same. You're modeling everything from childhood and bringing it into adulthood for resolution. You can't resolve anything until you acknowledge that it's there. Blame shifting is another critical way trauma manifests in relationships. I need to date somebody I can blame. I need to date somebody who will hang in there with my blame shifting. I need to date somebody, and you might not even want this person really. It's your wound saying, this is what we need. I need somebody I can shift it on. I need somebody who could tolerate that. Ugh. Rather than confronting deep-seated wounds, individuals unconsciously project their pain onto their partners, deflecting responsibility. This deflection becomes an excuse to avoid vulnerability, keeping intimacy at bay. Carl Jung once said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Yet when trauma and blame shifting dominate the relationship dynamic, this reflective process is interrupted, and partners are misjudged based on the wounded individual's inability to take ownership of their feelings. So just understand what's happening. In order for the wound to operate at the highest level of efficiency and efficacy, guess what it needs? It needs somebody that will participate. So the right person who won't do this, the right person shows up, they feel alien, they feel foreign, because your conditioning says, I need this person who will get in this tug of war with me. What is tonight's topic again? Let's read it. When the right person feels wrong. A deeper look at how our wounds distort our intuition. So just understand, the right person can come into your life and say, I understand you're fearful avoidant. I understand you're going to swing back and forth. I understand you're dismissive avoidant. I understand you need your independence. I understand you're anxious preoccupied. I understand you need validation. You need to be reassured. But guess what? I might do a little of that, but I'm going to do a little of the other thing too. because we have to transcend your wound's demands. I want to free you. This is the relationship with me is like being with the negotiator. I'm sitting trying to negotiate with your wounds. You got to give me something now. I know what you're used to. I know how you've been conditioned, but you got to give me something. In this moment, you got to step outside of the wound's authority. And many people don't want to do that. They are slaves to the rhythm of the wound's authority. Listen, people, I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. This is show number 1 of the week. You already know I got some bullets in the chamber. When we come forward, more from the VOR. Be there. Ooh. Boom. Tick-a-tick-a-doom. Tick-a-tick-a-doom. Hey, I'm out. Yes, sir. You already know what it is. Fire in the minds of men. I might have to bump that beat there in the car on the way home. Yo, that shit was lit. That was a great topic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was fire for you too. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for showing love, 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 love. I ain't got nothing but love for all of y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.